Hi guys, welcome to my second round game of Kasparov's greatest games. In this one, Kasparov was playing white against Boris Gelfand from Lernana's 1993. So Kasparov played e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, knight pawn takes, knight takes, knight f6, and now knight c3. And Gelfand decides to play the Najdorf here, which is also one of Kasparov's favourite openings. And Kasparov used to play Najdorf pretty much all the time as black. Okay, so after a6, Kasparov goes bishop c4, which is move as a big favourite of Bobby Fischer. e6, bishop b3, b5, and now castles. Bishop e7, and now queen f3. I actually quite like this idea. So white's trying to bring his queen over to the king's side, put pressure on the g7 pawn, and he also has a threat here going e5 and taking on a8. So Gelfand responded with queen c7. Now e5 is not a possibility because of bishop b7 attacks our queen, and he's just going to recapture this pawn on e5 next move. So that's queen c7. Kasparov continued with the correct move, queen g3, putting pressure on g7. Castles, bishop h6. Once again, threatening checkmate on g7, and then after knight e8, defending the pawn. Black sort of going pretty passive here. Rook a d1. It's very much in Kasparov style. He wants to just bring those pieces into the game. Bishop d7, and now knight f3. So this is an interesting idea from Kasparov, trying to bring this knight over this side to the king's side. So after knight f3, b4 is played. So now knight retreats back to e2. a5, trying to trap in his bishop. Kasparov just completely ignores it and plays knight to f4, which is a really nice move. So king h8, if a4, then Kasparov has quite a few options here. You can even try something like bishop d5, and after takes, knight takes, which also looks very dangerous. Or you can even play something like knight to h5 here. It's hard to choose which one I'd play. I don't know, I'm quite tempted to play bishop d5 here. You can go bishop d5, or you can play knight h5, put pressure on g7. Yeah, this looks really dangerous for black. I guess Gelfand chose a pretty nice move here, king h8. Because what he wants to do is just take. He's threatening to take this bishop on h6. And say a bishop g5, then you can just swap things off, and then he's going to go a4 next move. So I don't know, king h8 looks like a nice move. Kasparov must have seen this and plays bishop g5 anyway, and Gelfand has to play knight to f6, so I guess he's still putting a lot of pressure. He's putting pressure on e4 now, and also going for a4. So after knight f6, queen h4, continuing putting pressure on the black position, and now bishop b5 and knight d4. This is another really nice move from Kasparov. Black can't take the rook because of knight takes, and now after pawn takes, black's in all sorts of trouble. White could even take on e6 first, threatening knight g6 checkmate. Or you can even just play this straight away. Knight g6 check. Pawn can't take the pin on the king, so king has to go to g8. You can take on e6 with check. The rook's going to have to get in the way, and we can even just recapture this. The bishop. So I'm not sure which one's the better way to play this variation. Maybe it's better to take on e6 first here. The idea of now going knight g6 checkmate. And this looks very hard to stop for black. How do you stop this? They go g6, we can just take anyway. King g7, queen h6 is checkmate. So yeah, how do you stop this move? If something like h6 here, then we can just take on h6, takes, and now knight has to go back, and knight g6 is also mate. So yeah, bishop e6 takes e6 looks much stronger then. So Gelfand didn't play this. He didn't take the rook, and he has to retreat all the way back to e8, so he covers this g6 square. Now it just seems like a waste of time to go to b5 just to come back again. So another nice move by Kasparov, not bishop e8. Kasparov just takes anyway. Takes on e6. Great move. F takes e6. Knight takes e6. And now queen's being attacked, so to queen e7. And here comes another really nice move from Kasparov, who wants to open up the position even more. e5. This is just fantastic. So after pawn has to take, and now knight takes f8, so white takes his exchange, bishop takes f8, and now bishop takes f6, and everything just seems to be hanging for black. G takes f6, and Kasparov plays rook d8 here, and this is really just such a killing move. Knight d7, and now the winning move for white. Try pause the video and find it. Okay, so the winning move for white here was simply queen to g4. It's a really nice way to win. Obviously black can't take the rook because it's going to be queen g8 checkmate, and the only way you can stop checkmate here is you can play something like bishop g7, but then just queen comes into e6, and there's also once again another checkmate threat, and this one cannot be stopped. The bishop can't move, it's going to pin on the king. It's impossible to stop mate there. And if they try something like bishop g6 instead, okay, bishop g6, we can even, well, no, we will take the knight. We just go queen e6 first, once again threatening checkmate, and also we're even threatening to take the knight if we need to. And yeah, checkmate cannot be stopped. It's a really nice game once again from Kasparov, and please like and subscribe for the next one. See you guys later.